channel, and I'm Kelvin Mans from the Pulnado TV. And I'm well on and say, one person name Pulnado, two people name Pulnado, and for them Pulnado switch better and stronger one. Now we will. So if not the first time this, so let's sign in here or let's come to this wonderful and lovely platform called the Pulnado TV. Please, my brothers and sisters, just do me a little favor. Let us smash the like button on the left hand side, subscribe on the right hand side, and also share the program.
This one come for make you know, with you know be know not in the nation. Now this not the program we all for education, religion in all circulation, political intimidation, suppression and injustice. See the way they make we know the feel at home. Now we own, so it's in now we own. We the talk all thing, the country not the growing, just the go beyond. We the say all thing, for you we not be know, for make you know. You can find me na YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, even TikTok. The name na Pulnado TV. If you not be know what see they happen, come join we na the Pulnado. If you want for know what see they happen, come join we na the Pulnado. Subscribe to Pulnado TV. Subscribe to Pulnado TV. The presenter na Kelvin Mans, not a politician. It stand for the people, the masses, even the poor man. Hey boy, the people know they treat we nice. We see we for know, we don't know. Plenty of things we in Pulnado. We ear eyes, hey boy, it's not Pulnado. All thing with the Pulnado. It's time for Pulnado. Everything for good nado. Just go na any social platform and shout for Pulnado TV. Na PULNADOE TV. And the symbol gets a low flag middle. 2 stars with plenty colors. Get the opportunity for call. Not the mid or ending of any program. If you know be know what see they happen, come join we na the Pulnado. If you want for know what see they happen, come join we na the Pulnado. Subscribe to Pulnado TV. Subscribe to Pulnado TV. If you know be know what see they happen, come join we na the Pulnado. If you want for know what see they happen, come join we na the Pulnado. Subscribe to Pulnado TV. Subscribe to Pulnado TV. All thing with the Pulnado. Everything with the Pulnado.
Betsy on the beat.
Pulnado TV. Romantic.
So me, dear lovely brothers and sisters, una good morning, una good afternoon, una good evening, assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessing upon you guys and upon everybody where you watch and listen the program. I just want to say again, una do how everybody they do out there with the listening and watch the program. What? Me, when they bring this program in a Kelvin Mans and the program na Pulnado TV, as I always enough for bringing on the past, the present, the unbelievable and shocking news thing. And I also want to let members say, we know that now we can attack somebody with they bring issues. Now issues with the attack, things and way they affect the country. Everybody where they beyond the hindrance of the country, for let things go beyond, for let at least the country no go before. These are the people that we who always they come, who they bring awareness to, who they actually inform and say, now this happen. And so I also I gotta say, this platform, think that they were few of them just know, but majority not know. These are the things that will always enough can bring and pull Nado. And me, you know, say one person make Pulnado, 2 people don't make Pulnado now will book. So if you don't can actually either get the information, call other person or share the program and subscribe to the channel. So anytime I come live or I post any video, YouTube will notify you immediately for them. Just like I tell you earlier on, say the past, the present, the unbelievable, and shocking news them. And Salom, Now only me and you get for make salon. Not to that man who they come on Senegal or that man who they come on Gambia or that man who come on Guinea. Now they can make salon for me. Now me and you get for make salon. How we will make salon? This is me on way how they will bring them out, bring awareness. Things that way they happen in the country, bring awareness on. But today, let me just see, just like I say, unbelievable things that happen every day and night. Unbelievable things that happen in that country. Things that last happen, no, but the way and manner how things happen this time around, it's not actually easy. It's too damning. No label sugar go and say for now, it's very much damning. Passport no one say no more. Passport no one talk more. Well, it's really, really, really damning. Trust me, guys. But anyway, just like I said, we also so one thing I know what I just don't say here. The unbelievable things that just happen every day. Now, today, I just want to take you through how we president and Salon. Well, not so, no other president. President Julius Madabi, you know, say elected to them. Brigadier, they will reach that Brigadier Julius Brigadier Madabi, and also the name again, Armed Forces. So, you know, say they elected to. Even though now in speech, it always say leadership, you know, come by age, leadership, you know, come by big, leadership, not come by this. That to some extent, or not to all, according to in just say, in order by this, you know, say it's certain. But anyway, Lord left that side. This is what you show in your world, but they can't listen now for myself. But this birthday, I don't know what kind of birthday they celebrate to. I don't know what this birthday ain't turned into. I don't know what this birthday ain't turned into. Just like I turn and say, unbelievable things that happen every day and night in our country. I don't actually understand what is going on in our country. Unbelievable things are just unfolding. Anyway, my brothers and sisters, then. We present the year actually in 61 year birthday. 61 year birthday. One word they were catch was I feel like I'm not 61. So I don't know, maybe not sure say not 61. Maybe I want to that's what we talk about. That's what we talk about. Now instead talk for himself. Now instead talk for himself. It just feel like say it just feel like say you know 61 year. President every day. Unbelievable things that already happen. I think I can say unbelievable things that happen every day. Now I can say unbelievable things that already unfold every day. The president instead of talking about I can't listen no more. It's like it feel like say you don't 61 year. I say president to be honest, so it feel so it means I don't know if person birthday she not sure say na birthday this, so not sure say you don't so you don't how many years. So like we president not sure if you don't 61. They say you don't feel like say in a 61 year. But anyway, we don't know whether na back day so or na back door or na back behind the make now. I don't know. Maybe na back door or back this or back that. I don't know how they make it, but it's in feel like in a 61 year. But anyway, then I can say Salon. I don't think that's happened at Salomon, but this time around, the manner, the way and manner or in which things that they unfold or things that they happen at the country, it's sorrowful. It's really sorrowful. It's very much unbelievable. It's very much it's unreal. There are things that happen. Now, from birthday to speech, I don't know if in a speech birthday, they make on out. First time in history, they go celebrate birthday. Then the man will talk about things the way you don't do. I don't know. It's not all these things that are just ironic things. I don't know how I say. But anyway, when they can't listen to one together, my brothers and sisters, then me and my brother, they can't give me and my brother at least. Oh, they can't who say what you sabi the lily say. We can dive deep into that particular statement anyway. See, I don't know what this birthday, what in the birthday in turn into. I say the birthday turn into speech. It will turn into speech about what you don't do. You can't work and celebrate birthday. They can't explain about I don't do this, I don't do that, I don't do this. Man, I don't know what is this. Now what Godfather. So back then all now they said when they celebrate birthday, he explain. I don't know. See, this is a new way of celebrating birthday. Anyway, now present me, my law come together. Law come with them. Let's Mr. Man. Mr. Man. They are set from the people they can be. Who present they can't celebrate birthday. They can't explain about Kalang Road, about Bujo Road, about what you don't do. Anyway, Mr. Albert, yeah. me laugh there. Yeah, Mr. Albert. Yeah, introducing also family.
Yes, hello, Kevin. Good evening, and Fambo, good evening, and yeah, nice to be back. Thank you for joining here. Thank you for joining us as well. We all put on some deck and see the best we can do for listening to President Bion's speech and see what we all be able to say about it. Yeah.
Guys, I don't can listen to it. No. All anything is not saying me talk about, but no, they can't listen now. They can digest and for now, or they can scatter and for now. Voting exactly. But anyway, or they can listen to me. Let's say message, how they listen them, and where how they interpret, and so it's quite different. But like how now or they can listen message, or they can interpret the message for now, they will analyze them for now, and they will put them for now. Don't have left now to be the judge. But anyway, look can listen the message together. Long and see how the man they how they come it affects with the criticism from but this about this speech is that every something in history. Somebody they celebrate birthday, they can't give speech about what you don't do about in governance, about because these are just just possession, no more possessive thing. They just they talk about possession. Me, government, me. What's in bad they get for roots? What you don't do, what you don't do. But anyway, family, miss me laugh at that because this is the first time in history that see somebody celebrate birthday. President they celebrate birthday and they go begin to talk about what you don't do, what you don't do. But anyway, family, now listen to my family.
And quality education for the citizens, one of the very few who is giving women representation across the continent, and one of the very few who maintains that people-focused leadership is his passion. On that note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, on stage as he takes his keynote speech. Thank you very much.
Let's sit down, please. I actually feel like 61 today. I want to start by thanking you, my brother and friend, Professor Osivanyo, for taking time to come over. This is a great honor for me. Thank you for coming. I want to start, I don't know if I should stand on all the existing protocols, but let me honor the Honorable Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Mohamed Jude Jallo, Your Excellency, former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, and my wife, Defense Staff, Your Excellencies, ambassadors and members of the diplomatic and consular corps, government ministers and deputies, our revered paramount chiefs who are here, members of the press, invited guests, my family, members and friends who are here today, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. A good morning to all of you. To our first colloquium, with deep gratitude. As we gather here today to explore the principles of effective leadership and governance, I'm also conscious that this date, 12th May 2025, marks my 61st year of life. And for that, I say thank you to God for the gift of life. In the relentless service of our nation, personal milestones like this can pass almost unnoticed. However, I've come to view birthdays not just as markers of time, but as sacred moments in life's continuous journey. Moments when we pause, as we have paused today, to reflect on lessons learned and look forward to new horizons. Ladies and gentlemen, today, I want to reflect on the formative experiences that have shaped my beliefs, the strong connection of duty and hope that motivate our work, and the call to service that encourages all of us to turn our visions into lasting impact for the people we serve. Ladies and gentlemen, my path to public office was fully shaped by people. As a young soldier answering the call of duty during one of the darkest periods in the nation's history, I learned that leadership might begin in crisis, but it must endure beyond it. Every negotiation, political and military leaders, and every conversation with concerned citizens and civilians taught me one immutable truth. Leadership is not conferred by rank or by title, but by the bond of trust between those and those who serve. My encounters with farmers in the provinces when I normally go around, market women in Freeton's bustling stores, and teachers in remote classrooms have shaped my understanding of governance as a profound responsibility towards human dignity. However, before any new form of office, my first things in leadership were learned at home. The family is the foundation which our early days are formed. There is no single definition of family, nor is leadership tethered to age, gender, or social status. Leadership, I have discovered, is everywhere leaders choose to serve. My mother, of blessed memory, was resilient, God-fearing, and unyielding in her values. She steered our household through hardships after my father passed away. Through our examples of honesty, hard work, and unshakable faith, she taught me that true authority grows from sacrifice and trust. My late elder sister also exemplified leadership. Her sacrifice of personal comfort to ensure my education remains one of my greatest privileges. From them, I learned that the foundation of leadership didn't rest in public office, but in the quiet acts of love and courage that uphold families and communities. They taught me how leadership flourishes outside traditional corridors of power. In classrooms and fields, in market, in hospital wards, women across Sierra Leone have risen as architects of progress, often without recognition or reward. Their resilience reminds us that nation building demands the inclusion of women's vision, women's voices, and also women's wisdom. In my 6 years of life, I've come to realize that leaders are not born fully developed. Leaders are shaped by trials that test their resolve, by preparations that sharpen their purpose, and by innovation that expand their vision. From the military barracks to State House, I have witnessed leadership transformation through adversity, the rigors of training, the crucibles of conflict, and the demands of governance. At every stage, I have relied on two key principles. One, the importance of foresight in anticipating both the immediate challenges and those that lie ahead. Two, the courage to embrace leadership is, among other things, the art of awakening in others the desire to serve their fellow men. And it's a personal journey of self-discovery that finds its fullest expression in acts of compassion, justice, and courage. True leadership transcends the confines of the titles and the stations that we carry. It stands as a living testament to our shared humanity, a bond of trust that unites hearts and minds in the pursuit of a common good. I'd like to dwell briefly on 4 paramount elements of leadership that I have learned in my journey to where I am. Leadership actually begins in humble places. In the midnight vigil of a nurse tending to the sick, in the steady hands of a miner delving deep into the earth to get the minerals out, in the tireless journeys of motorcyclists linking our remote villages, in the patient guidance of a mother who gathers her children to read beneath fading lamp. Actually begins in humble places. In the midnight vigil of a nurse tending to the sick, in the steady hands of a miner delving deep into the earth to get the minerals out, in the tireless journeys of motorcyclists linking our remote villages, in the patient guidance of a mother who gathers her children to read beneath fading lamp. Service without the need for title or recognition is the truest measure of influence. Quiet, steadfast, and radiant with compassion. Education is the key that unlocks the mind's horizons. It kindles curiosity, empowers innovation, and forges intellectual tools with which we build our collective future. By nourishing the mind, we cultivate the seeds of discovery and resilience that no storm can unroot. At the heart of my philosophy lies a profound conviction. All that I am and all that I have achieved is a gift from God. As our distinguished guest of honor, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, reminded us in 2017, and I quote you, "There is no wisdom of man that can change the men or change nations. It is the power and wisdom of God that can." End of quote. Ladies and gentlemen, having said that, faith alone does not work miracles. It is the bedrock upon which we build our labor, the compass that guides us through moral uncertainties. The other thing is humility. What does it do to us? It tempers our ambition, reminds us of our limitations as leaders and as human beings. And we often talk about accountability. What it does is to bind us to the promises that we serve not ourselves, but the people who place their trust in us. My daily reflection on my role as father, as husband, as former soldier, teacher, businessman, and now as president keeps me mindful that leadership is above all an act of stewardship. Human progress is born of shared purpose. Trust is the invisible fabric that knits individuals into a community, transforming different dreams into a unified vision. When we place confidence in one another's goodness and capability, we unleash a collective energy far greater than any solitary ambition. In that unity of hearts and minds, a nation finds deep strength. As the first democratically elected president born after our independence, I carry the weighty responsibility of charting a course for a nation still in its adolescence. I must say, nation building is neither abstract nor immediate. It requires the patient labor of system builders who think beyond the 5-year horizon of election cycles. Our future must be anchored in core African values, reference for wisdom of our elders, paired with the courage to innovate for tomorrow. From the hands that till our fields to the miners deep underground, from teachers shaping the minds to civil servants quietly keeping our institutions functional, every Sierra Leonean contributes to our collective destiny. Leadership means service, and true service often goes unseen. I recall once a young female professional asking me during one of my early political campaigns whether I truly needed to be president to make a difference in Sierra Leone. That question has haunted me and inspired me also ever since. Service requires no title. Our doctors, nurses, security forces, bean collectors, motor riders, farmers, markets, women are the silent heroes whose dedication sustains our daily lives. They teach us that leadership is measured not by fame or authority, but by the impact we have on others. If we as a nation learn to honor every act of service, no matter how small, we lay the groundwork for enduring unity and shared purpose. Service without title demands humility and compassion. We must remember that the loudest voices are seldom the sole custodians of wisdom or power. The quiet dedication and work of countless nameless men and women is the true engine of social cohesion and national progress. Education is the clearest path to empowerment. Here, when you go around, people talk about empowerment, they actually mean cash in hand. But nothing is more empowering than education. Nothing, absolutely. Whether acquired in schools, in workshops, or in marketplaces of life, education broadens our horizons and equips us to meet the challenges of the rapidly developing world in which we are living. From my first time's free quality education program, which allocated 22% of our national budget to learning, to the revitalization of technical and vocational training, our administration has invested in human capital development because no weapon is as potent against poverty and ignorance as knowledge. A nation that feeds its people but starves its intellect betrays its own potential. We must nourish the minds as purposefully as we cultivate our crops in the fields. Leadership rests upon cash in hand, but nothing is more empowering than education. Nothing, absolutely. Whether acquired in schools, in workshops, or in marketplaces of life, education broadens our horizons and equips us.
Mr. Albert, I just want, just like this, just 2 hours or 1 hour something broadcast we do. So whatever side we stop with them as to whatever to stop with the speech, then it will stop there. But like maximum, let's just say 1.5 hours or 2 hours, then we stop. So as in it, because get things the way it is talk about here. Let me come here, let me just stop there. It talk about something where I say here, like this sign where you talk about here.
No matter how small, we lay the groundwork for enduring unity and shared purpose. Service without title demands humility and compassion.
So, what's your take on this?
Yeah, Kelvin.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And first of all, I think we need to know exactly what's in the meaning of this very gathering where President Bio gets not been to run hotel where it titled colloquium. It's in a first colloquium. Okay. But even the word colloquium, it mean, what it is gathering the mean, it lack everything what it is gathering mean, you know, because a colloquium now when a gathering of experts, you know, when experts then go come together, specialists then, even leaders where they engage for get, a discussion where you not go just shower praise on an individual, but a discussion where everybody will come with an opinion, diverse value, diverse opinion, you know. But I think, except maybe because I now listen, I'm the fool, but a colloquium for be inclusive, wherein you forget opposition voices
Yeah.
in a colloquium gathering of this nature, you forget civil society voices representing, and not so just, I mean, they have to be there and their voices should also be heard. But we not see opposition voices. We not see, independent voices. We not see, civil society voices being part of this. We not even see the media representatives for really give a talk on, this colloquium. I mean, from what I don't listen to this very point, for me, it sounds like a campaign message. I not get any policy. I not come across a policy where it talk about here that at this is go do. Other than me, me, me. It's all about him showering praise. Of course, I get Susa, he talk about let people rise, let people, let we forget about ethnic division, political division, and even religious divisions.
Oh, not
Yes,
just go
this,
to step by step, and so on. No, any say we'll stop, but love just in a 2 hours we stream for. Let me like just not go to step by step. So we will counter the thing. So we
I
will
don't
like
know. I know they get it clear. I know they get it clear. I don't know if my network, but I know they get it clear. So
I say
sorry
no,
for
we go
that.
some more step by step. They get me? Hello? You get me? Something they play in my
Mm,
background.
okay. But you get me clear? You get me loud and clear? Okay.
Yeah, I get you loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Okay. Okay. Now it's clear. Sure. Okay. So you want to say something? Sorry for that.
I say no, we stream for not just the 2 hours, not the stream for, but let me just play the video. We'll go step by step with the counter the statement, and so any stop will stop there. Understand? But even though a long, but low in any will stop within 2 hours, then I think it could be enough for let the people they will be educated. You get me? So let's go.
We must remember that the loudest voices are seldom the sole paramount chiefs who are here, members of the press, invited guests.
Family, before of us at the camp, we will get like give you we own interest or analysis or what you would know or what you would sabi about this particular thing. Maybe you get the way how you understand them or you get the way how you perceive the message. According to it's a colloquium. So colloquium is something like a seminar, just like a seminar or any important conference, like a conference like or important seminar or conference, whereas people they ask questions, this is something then format, even though now two something in one now but they inside colloquium. So I don't know because maybe some of you guys don't know what this colloquium means. So colloquium na is seminar or any important conference, whereas they give the platform where people they ask questions. But is it actually a curriculum, a real curriculum? Because what you see here, they only see journalists and they will not see like what that they say, journalism. Then when we see nothing on the inside, possibly we see not on the inside the day or not to them bring if they say there will not see opposition day. So before they can learn and know the meaning of that curriculum. Then according to him, by now birthday. So birthday plus curriculum. So I don't know actually what thing they go on there. So let me start and begin to digest the particular thing small. Let me go, guys.
My family, members, and friends who are here today, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. A good morning to all of you. But as sacred moments in life's continuous journey, moments when we pause, as we have paused today, to reflect on lessons learned and look forward to new horizons. Ladies and gentlemen, today, I want to reflect on the formative experiences that have shaped my beliefs, the strong connection of duty and hope that motivate our work, and the call to service that encourages all of us to turn our visions into lasting impact for the people we serve. Ladies and gentlemen, my path to public office was fully shaped by people. As a young soldier answering the call of duty during one of the darkest periods in the nation's history, I learned that leadership might begin in crisis, but it must endure beyond it. Every negotiation, political and military leaders, and every conversation with concerned citizens and civilians taught me one immutable truth. Leadership is not conferred by rank or by title, but by the bond of trust between those and those who serve. My encounters with farmers in the provinces when I normally go around, market women in Freeton's bustling stores, and teachers in remote classrooms have shaped my understanding of governance.
Wait. They don't call him Makitsuma, they say Makitsuma. Wait. Yeah, comment section. I don't answer this question. They must say that the Makitsuma then and the village people then now they don't shape the way how in way of leadership. Now they don't shape that in way of leadership. Wait, so may I want to ask this question? So when last you go to market? When last you go to village, you go visit people then? Not to your own village no more, like some villages they visit villages and where they visit people then. Like do A, B, C, and Z for them. When last when I see this man at market, you go and ask. You go and ask for prices then for this, for that, all anything. So when last that happen, where it is right for talk was so. I don't know. But anyway, let me go before. You mute. Hello.
Yeah.
as a profound
Yeah, yeah, it gets me. I get you.
yeah, they get here. Yeah, let we continue for listening. No. Let we continue for listening. Oh, they
responsibility
listen. Oh, they listen.
towards human dignity. However, before any new form of office, my first things in leadership were learned at home. The family is the foundation which our early days are formed.
Which family
There is no single definition of family, nor is leadership tethered to age, gender, or social status. Leadership, I have discovered, is everywhere leaders choose to serve. My mother, of blessed memory, was resilient, God-fearing, and unyielding in her values. She steered our household through hardships after my father passed away. Through our examples of honesty, hard work, and unshakable faith, she taught me that true authority grows from sacrifice and trust.
It's Alberto to give us about this. He say, "Mama teach him, but let be that truth. Let be trustworthy somebody and be truthful. You might mute. You mute. Let be truthful
Yeah,
and
I
true."
think
So is he portraying that?
yeah.
Is
I
he
think
portraying
it
that?
go better if we take the time. It go better if we take the time for listening, and then from there we can able, analyze that once and for all.
Okay.
Hmm.
A nation that feeds its people but starves its intellect. Early political campaigns, an act of stewardship. Human progress is born of shared purpose. Trust is the invisible fabric that knits individuals into a community, transforming different dreams into a unified vision. When we place confidence in one another's goodness and capability, we unleash a collective energy far greater than any solitary ambition. In that unity of hearts and minds, a nation finds deep strength. As the first democratically elected president born after our independence, I carry the weighty responsibility of charting a course for a nation still in its adolescence. I must say, nation building is neither abstract nor immediate. It requires the patient labor of system builders who think beyond the 5-year horizon of election cycles. Our future must be anchored in core African values, reference for wisdom of our elders, paired with the courage to innovate for tomorrow. From the hands that till our fields to the miners deep underground, from teachers shaping the minds to civil servants quietly keeping our institutions functional, every Sierra Leonean contributes to our collective destiny. Leadership means service, and true service often goes unseen. I recall as once a young female professional asking me during one of my early political campaigns whether I truly needed to be president to make a difference in Sierra Leone. That question has haunted me and inspired me also ever since. Service requires no title. Our doctors, nurses, security forces, bean collectors, motor riders, farmers, markets, women are the silent heroes whose dedication sustains our daily lives. They teach us that leadership is measured not by fame or authority, but by the impact we have on others. If we as a nation learn to honor every act of service, no matter how small, we lay the groundwork for enduring unity and shared purpose. Service without title demands humility and compassion. We must remember that the loudest voices are seldom the sole custodians of wisdom or power. The quiet dedication and work of countless nameless men and women is the true engine of social cohesion and national progress. Education is the clearest path to empowerment. Here, when you go around, people talk about empowerment, they actually mean cash in hand. But nothing is more empowering than education. Nothing, absolutely. Whether acquired in schools, in workshops, or in marketplaces of life, education broadens our horizons and equips us to meet the challenges of the rapidly developing world in which we are living. From my first time's free quality education program, which allocated 22% of our national budget to learning, to the revitalization of technical and vocational training, our administration has invested in human capital development because no weapon is as potent against poverty and ignorance as knowledge. A nation that feeds its people but starves its intellect betrays its own potential. We must nourish the minds as purposefully as we cultivate our crops in the fields. Leadership rests upon trust in the integrity of institutions and especially in the collective potential of our people. Trust is born when citizens believe their grievances will be heard, their rights protected, and their aspirations supported. Sierra Leone's past has shown us the tragic cost of silent voices and unspoken truths. Healing these divisions requires more than grand gestures. It demands robust mechanisms for dialogue, reconciliation, and justice. These mechanisms persist beyond the term of any individual president. Only when we build bridges of understanding across ethnic, religious, and regional lines can we claim the unity that undergirds sustained peace. Leadership, like faith, requires forgiveness, recognizing missteps without allowing regret, anger, or a desire for revenge. As God extends to us that grace, so must we extend it to one another. Let's learn to forgive, and if possible, forget. I engage in daily introspections. How can I be a better man, a more attentive leader and father, a more compassionate friend, a more servant-hearted president? This humble pursuit of improvement, I believe, is a true measure of character. Nations prosper not by the wins of the leaders, but by the strength of institutions that outlast them. Democracy is not merely the casting of ballots. It is a living system of checks and balances, of civic spaces where citizens speak and are heard with dignity. From an independent judiciary to a credible electoral system, from decentralization that empowers local councils to anti-corruption bodies that hold the powerful to account. Our administration has sought to fortify the framework that safeguards liberty. We have welcomed criticism, protected the freedom of expression, and broadened participation of the marginalized, knowing that the true test of leadership is the resilience of our institutions under pressure. A country cannot flourish when half of its people are constrained by outdated norms. Now I come to our women. Women's leadership is not a concession to be granted, ladies and gentlemen. It is a right to be affirmed. Through legislative reforms, tackling gender-based violence, financial windows dedicated to women entrepreneurs, and targeted scholarship for girls in STEM, we have sought to tear down barriers that have long dimmed the potential of our women in this country. When women rise, families stabilize, communities prosper, and nations advance. As we forge our country's future, we must ensure that every woman stands not at the margins, but at the very center of our collective endeavor. Sierra Leone has borne the weight of deep divisions, political, social, regional, and cultural. I know that in my own journey to this office, I have at times stumbled and offended a lot of people. A dialogue and the bravery to reconcile, creating connections instead of walls of protection. When we focus on our differences instead of building connections that go beyond them, we often pay steep price. However, achieving unity is neither quick nor easy. It requires durable and thoughtful solutions that ensure every citizen has just cause in times of conflict. Our progress so far is a work in motion. We have come far from colonial subjugation through civil strife to the hard-won triumphs of democracy. but many more miles remain ahead of us. We can claim true healing as a nation when we accomplish the remaining work to be done. We must honor you to root out those. It finds expression in every civic responsibility that we carry out. An army and police force may protect our borders, but trust in the institutions and in each other's strength is what creates the social impact. I honor, therefore, the veterans who have sacrificed for our democracy. Maybe I'm one of those. The civil society champions who guard our freedoms, the everyday citizens who fulfill their duties with integrity. To all of you, I say congratulations. Keep up the job. My hope is future generations of Sierra Leoneans continue to regard their citizenship as a solemn trust to build, to serve, and to preserve our heritage. I think of this colloquium as a living laboratory for leadership. My birthday wish is to celebrate each year the emergence of new leaders, mentors, and mentees bound by a shared purpose, pioneers forging uncharted paths, thinkers whose ideas will carry our nation forward. Through the Julius Maada Bio Leadership and Innovation Prize, we will honor those whose service exemplifies the pillars of leadership. My true hope is that their examples into aspiration in the hearts of every Sierra Leonean. I'm not one of grand celebrations of myself, ladies and gentlemen. On this day of reflection, I challenge Sierra Leoneans to embrace leadership in their respective spheres of life, whether in the household, in the boardroom, classroom, clinic, or field, or factory. Let us recommit to unity forged in diversity, to institutions built on trust, and to service offered without expectation of reward. May our people-centered leadership light the path to a future radiant with promises of great generations yet unborn, for a resilient nation and for our shared humanity. I appreciate each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen, taking time to celebrate with me at this first Julius Maada Bio Leadership Colloquium. May God bless you all. May God bless our beloved nation. And may God bless the people of Sierra Leone. I wish every Sierra Leonean born on the 12th of May a happy birthday.
So, what do you think of this morning's speech? You're mute. Yeah, you can go ahead first.
I just busy take notes, take some key points. Then we, as I listen the message, as I listen the talk, where Mother B the talk. And I'll try for take some key points then I have from what you say. First of all, I call or describe this I call it this colloquium as in
Colloquium, yeah.
column. The theme is a within vision, from vision to impact, from vision to impact, another thing. But firstly, I want to talk a little bit about the very word where the very conference, because not a conference, the colloquium where it say it get not
Yeah,
this
because
one.
it's supposed to be a conference,
You know?
but I don't understand. Then
Okay.
formality, but the colloquium. So which one? The conference or the
Now, while
colloquium?
not a coincidence.
I don't
It
understand.
says then this like coincidence because they form then choose these dates from it gets a first colloquium on a birthday. Okay. And a conference now now a more larger something where you can get all kind things all kind discussion.
Thank you.
But a colloquium is different from a conference. A colloquium is a place where like a gathering of intellectuals, a gathering of experts then, even leaders, where they engage on critical issues,
Like seminars, right? Like then seminars they already make something like that. Like seminars,
you
all those like
know. But
yeah.
in colloquium,
Yeah.
especially on the political scale,
Mm.
a moment, an occasion where for be inclusive. You got to be inclusive, meaning you got to get a representation from all political spectrum, be it opposition figures or parties, all of them should be represented
But most Samu
on
no
a
dey.
colloquium as indescribable.
I know so
Okay,
Samu dey. I know so Samu.
so Adeka, a colloquium not to just including political voices, but CSOs, civil society organizations, they will be part of a colloquium. You forget independent voices,
Yeah.
forget journalism, because a colloquium is a place where they get or they engage on critical conversation wherein they get issues them where they will challenge, they need for highlight certain things then, who say they see weakness, who say things that they work well, these are things they need for highlighting. But what me see throughout this speech and the gathering of people that we did there, the president, his supporters, cabinet members, and then diplomats that we invite. And of course, some few maybe cameramen or journalists where, we're not state sponsored journalists. And they all are seen at this gathering. And the whole thing about this speech is about showering praises on himself. And like it just like a political campaign, like a campaign message,
I just like a campaign they go campaign for the party. Now campaign for himself.
right?
Yes, yeah.
So I go and take me time for really because as I tell you, I'm they take notes of things that we always it is say. So first of all, I will start from the fact that I see a colloquium will lack a genuine debate. Because I don't see no debate on this one, on this colloquium. There is no debate at all. It lack that genuine debate where a colloquium forgets. Okay? Because this is not an occasion where it forgets an interactive discussion. An interactive discussion. And that's this kind of occasion for therefore. But you can agree with me, say, from the beginning to the end, the whole thing about this thing is just center on Mother Beer himself. And will not leave room or will not create a space for any critical discussion. I believe, say, a leadership event like this one, if for if we encourage diverse perspective as well for be part of this occasion. But we don't see how may happen at this colloquium, the first colloquium. We not see any constructive criticism will take place at this colloquium.
No, nothing like that.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It just sound like a kind of celebratory, a celebratory kind of praises. Say now this I don't achieve, now this I don't do, now this I don't do, now this I don't do. But all of the things that where the president say, we know they see it reflect to the people, we know they see it reflect on ground. So for me, I think it's all rhetoric where, than a big talk, where, big talk, where Englishman call it rhetoric, bluff. And the other point where I go off where I also take down, now, the absence of tangible, policy. I not see a mention or put across a tangible policy for address things where this country desperately need. Things are like the rising unemployment in the country, the high cost of living in the country, whether the inflation, the sea transportation issue, then that people not even able to afford food at the table. The families and where as many they talk now that they even they think
Mm-hmm.
how they're going to feed their family tomorrow, how they're
Yeah,
going to put food on the table tomorrow.
exactly.
As many they talk now, I guess on family they even they think say, hey, today food for me eat and not get. So with all the rhetoric say I would only say, sorry, me I dey describe am as a rhetoric because na big talk. I not see it reflect on the ground. Okay. And of course, I not see any policy commitment where the president mentioned at this particular colloquium speech. Not at all. He talk about the human capital development. He talk about the gender equality. He talk about the democratic institutions, you know, but it lacks some specific commitments than what it's supposed to make. Because the institutions that we talk about, you go agree with me, and I believe say anybody will think independently go agree with me say with institutions that they lack the credibility of how a government institutions operate. They have all been state captured. We not get institutions that were independent or where they operate independently in our country. And this is worrisome, this is sad. So for me, I see the president is stand at that kind of podium on a leadership occasion like this, where it described as a colloquium, create a room for him to be challenged. Because a colloquium in its entirety, in for allow or create a room for people to challenge him on the things they are waiting to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And if that room was created, people for don't really question and say, oh, let's see how we talk. When they say they reflect, what's in your policy for addressing things there? Rather than just whitewash, paint and make everything look rosy, like as if salon people and they live in luxury. Okay? We talk about the gender equality. We don't hear, you don't see even the only woman who we ever get in our country as the Auditor General, we know Lara Taylor Pierce, the only woman who don't ever get for head that institution. This man come, he bully him, he molest him, he accuse him, and he puts case in it. Simply because this woman, they do the meaningful, they do the rightful thing, where the country desperately need. That is transparency and accountability. Because this woman discovered a reckless spending, because this lady discovered the massive misappropriation of public fund, double dipping, ghost workers, you name it. It's this woman don't cross the red line. They disgrace her, call her names, put case on top of her without any benefits. This woman is an intellectual. This woman is a career intellect. You don't build in life, you don't build a career to that point, and it destroys overnight. Mind you, this is somebody with him up at that podium. They talk about gender equality, talk about promoting women. And the only woman who will ever get for leader institution, we all see what he do. We see what he do, and in team or in members, what they do. Akisoya, whether the mayor. If not so because this woman is a resilient woman, if not so because this woman is a strong woman, therefore don't destroy her well before this time, then do all kinds of things for frustrating. To a point they even stop for fund the council, the city council, Freetown City Council.
Yeah, for let fall now.
Even when they stop for fund the city council, this woman decide for even go outside of salon, go abroad, just for go make money, for go beg money, just for help and promote, for run the council.
Yeah.
Imagine this woman, he pay one of his team for go abroad, just for go raise money. And because one of a workers that we use for travel with, they spend about $5,000 to $10,000 on transportation and hotel fees. And in return, the mayor was able to raise more than $2 million with that money, Canada alone, coming to the council for the development of Freetown. You know what's in? They forced that woman, they molest her, make case, bully him. At the end, they even asked for money, he paid that money there. But we they see in the president, all in team, including in WEF, they take millions of dollars, they waste time, and nobody ever ask them for pay one shishi. This time somebody, a woman will come off its own, Akisoya, within team, go abroad, go solicit fund, go beg money. And when he returns to Twitter, return kind of swing on with more than $2 million. And now we see the leadership, just because Akisoya belong in a different political party, then bully him, put case on top of him, say they misuse public fund. They ended up paying that money. Imagine if somebody don't go big money, don't go fair money, not $2 million. With all this flyway president behind the fly with his wife and the members, so tell me how much money these people are wasting on traveling expenses, fortification of, receipts and all that stuff. Nobody never asked it. And Akisoya now it's not a woman. Where is the gender equality? This man they talk about at that podium. Look at Femi Claudius Cole, when a politician as well, one of the female politicians within the country. We see the intimidation where this woman went through. We see the bully where Mother Bureau and in team they always bully her, just because this woman stands for the truth cause. Intimidated, arrested, locked up in CID for as long as they wanted, just because they wanted her to be silenced. This is not the same leader who will see him up at that podium, the shower praises on himself about empowering women. So what are we talking about here? This is the same man where they talk about leadership, leadership, a lantern for forgive. That they encourage people, we see also he talk about with it, from where we, rise up from ethnic division, from regional division, from political division and a religious division. These are the same man where a journalist sit down with him ask him about the concern with Sierra Leonean gets. How Salon Sierra Leone become so divided. These are the same man who came up in front of Sida, in front of camera. He say, in fact, not saying beginner. He says Salon will always divide.
Yeah,
Salon will always divide.
Yeah.
He say, we get Limba line, we get Mende line, we get Timni line, we get Kwankwo line, we get this line, we get Salon always divide. This is the same man.
Wow,
This is the same man. This is the same man where they talk here. So these are all one of the reasons why I say for me it's all rhetoric. Nothing out there where I say talk will reflect on the reality on the ground. No.
And now for the public, for
this man they talk about people learn for rise up from political division. We see how this man himself, this leader, this president himself, don't create division, including a wife, one of the first lady, or make public statements, inflammatory one day, where they create division. And very recently, a few weeks ago, we see in Chief Minister Dr. David Moynihan Assange, he make a post where he described the All People's Congress as unprogressive. He called the names, he used all sorts of adjectives. And mind you, Kelvin, know that this man, when David Senge, just last year, he now the key government representative on a national dialogue, we start getting tripartite. Where they talk about unity, national unity, is signed and signature there into that document. And they all come together for avoid inflammatory or divisive statements there. They all come together, even for they all make speech together, including Dr. Samuel Kamara. They get a speech together for condemn hate speech, not so? They say they condemn hate speech.
I get out of yeah. Trust.
Okay. They come together and say they condemn hate speech where they divide the country. But when you look at the same person, we go sign, we represent the government for sign that kind of agreements there. Where we all they think about, they pray for a unity in our country, a national cohesion, for go publicly and use or post an inflammatory kind post with very divisive post against a whole institution. And these are the same person will be the champion from the government side of, for sign a national unity accord. And this same person, they post all kinds of things where they create division. How double standard and people are doing. These are double standard people. It's a leadership of double standard. So somebody for them up at that podium, they talk about, say, now we have got division, of course, like a journey call. But my point is the concrete willingness from the leadership point of view, not to just the word will come on a month, but what's in action where they follow their words in there. When in chief minister make that kind of inflammatory and divisive statement, what's in action? A column, a invite in office for tell us, hey, look, Mr. Minister, in as much as you're the chief minister, me the president, yes, in as much as we're in governance, but for the fact that we don't sign a government of a government of, an accord for maintaining a national unity and cohesion, then kind of statements that way they put in the public domain, they cause more fire. You don't go delete them or go make a public apology. Presidents ever do that one day? I believe they don't ever do that. Maybe they just sit there in silence. You just sit there in silence, we even laugh about it. Now we also see the director of communication at the office of the president, Mike Berewa. In a post very recently, a few weeks ago, They call the Camara them, the Touré them, the Bangoras, that's how you take frame them. These are divisive statements. And all the people, this man, they come right from the office of the president, the director of communication in the office of the president. And he did stand up at this podium as if he is sent. And he know all things that happen. What's it he don't do? You ever call a man for apologize to the people of Salon? Instead, Mike Berra will still come out in public for endorsing statements, he stand on the statements, he even make a video. And this is worrisome. This is worrisome, Kelvin, and I think we all as Sierra Leoneans have to be very much concerned. Because leadership not just the word where they can talk in public, but the actions where they follow. The actions where they follow. Yeah, so as I say, they really take some very key points there. And I think one of the things they go on for talk on are the misleading claims that they make. Of course, I know say some of the institutions they are like the anti-corruption, they don't promote, like the real government creates some promotional mechanism there for them. And of course, some economic reforms or so. But let we all look on the actions of the anti-corruption. These are the same anti-corruption where we get a clerk of parliament, when a parent Sarawale, where now a hand pick, now the president himself pick him and install him in parliament, and he is the clerk of parliament. What's happen? We say parent Sarawale, when the administrative head of parliament is sack Sierra Leoneans that we don't they work in parliament for years. He sacked them without no good reason. And the only reason we give is that parliament not get enough money for continue for pay workers. And what he do? A woman with this on her house will not ever mass parliament the months. He falsify an employment letter for a wife, though he claims they don't know. But there is no way with the administrative head of parliament, where parliament will employ anybody without the knowledge of the administrative head. It's not possible. We still say employing WEF, and in WEF don't they receive salaries for over 2 good years where ever step in parliament. At the expense of Sierra Leoneans and brothers and sisters who they work in parliament for years. What did the anti-corruption do? Instead, the anti-corruption become the lawyers, the defendants. The defendant. They advocate for them. We see that. We see Ben Kaifala, they come to defend them, say don't investigate and they might not do any wrongdoing. This is the anti-corruption with this government they talk about, with this leader they talk about. We see allegations that will come up, even against the office of the president, from double dipping to, misappropriation of funds and all this stuff. Till today, the anti-corruption dismissed and claims that they did accusations. This an anti-corruption commission will only therefore go after oppositions or people who they consider for big threats, or people who they consider say they are not part of them. Because now what do them believe now? Then philosophy today is either you are with us or you are an enemy. And this is very, very worrisome. We as Sierra Leoneans, we have to be very much concerned about that. And we need to act. We need to act beyond words for things like this to be resolved. Even to the points during this speech, which it described Sierra Leoneans where decide for protest for economic, hardship. If you get that part, they describe them as a premeditated. That then premeditated. That's for create, a kind of instability in the nation. This is wrong. It dismissed their claims, and they were having genuine claims, Calvin. Me and you know how difficult the economy is in our country. People find life very difficult. So for me, just dismiss the claims of vulnerable Sierra Leoneans as a premeditated plots for destabilize the country. It is shameful. It is embarrassing, especially when it's coming from the very head of state. And that tells me that he's completely disconnected with the people of the country of Sierra Leone. Completely disconnected. Because if he's not disconnected, he will know exactly how the people of Mama Salon they suffer, how the economic hardship they tear people apart. But he is disconnected completely. And we all need to be concerned about this here. We all need to be concerned about this here. Of course, the girls I also emphasize, say even in road to leadership, you don't make several mistakes. But why it taken so long to acknowledge that? We know say even from war fronts we then come off for council leadership things in there, they all hand they into the killing of Bambe cameras and others. Another mistake and hurt way say don't hurt many people or so. Now you form a boss when a stressor. You don't ever publicly apologize to him. We don't even see pictures of him in stressor. We go meet an hospital recently. So they take picture with a stressor and not even look in a yard. That tells you something. People the way don't hurt, Sierra Leoneans the way don't die under in command based on orders from above, especially in the last 6, 7 years. Did they ever apologize to the families? No. So what are we talking about here? He just embarked on this colloquium for shower praises on himself. He just center himself in at the center. He just can't polish himself. Where are the oppositions? No opposition voices. Where the CSOs, civil society organizations? No. Any independent voices for challenge what's in the talking that? No. So why you call him a colloquium then? Instead of don't use or get a name who fits that kind of thing there. Now campaign message maybe put on say President Bio they go on a campaign message on the 61 back there. But call it a colloquium. We lack everything we for qualify as a colloquium. It's a shame. It's a shame. There is no representation. No. Other than saying diplomats would invite, other than you see diplomat the way he invites supporters, and it's embarrassing. It's really, really embarrassing to see the direction where we country go. And yes, and I go also we get something where we also take notes on. Yeah. Okay. Think about leaders like Kamarimba. These are all people where he offend while, because of their leadership. Think of Mama Femi Claudius Cole. All these Bambe cameras where I don't mention so. The Palo contest and many others, including people of Tombo and the people of Freetown, especially regarding the August 10. economic hardship uprising, and the people of McKinney, Malensiwan, and many other places, where innocent lives were executed, destroyed and wounded, arrested, imprisoned. You don't ever go apologize to them. It's not just to sit there in front of diplomats and they claim like everything is rosy with your supporters. We just sit down, they clap, and even nothing they clap for. They listen to rhetorics coming from President Julius Maada Bio, whether they reflect on the people of the country. And they reflect on the ground. It makes no sense. For me, not even waste of money as well. It's a waste of public resources. Because the money so they use for go rent that place, the full preparation for attend to guests the way they invite and all this stuff. If they talk about human capital with the educational aspect. Now, I will say recently, a week or two ago, when the Minister of Education go to Parliament, they talk about, as of last year, 2024, we get 248 schools them where the government omit. What's that mean? We did not allow them for 6 WAS examination. And this year, more than 80 something schools as well cannot allow them for sit their WAEC examinations. What does that tell me? It is saying a free education, free quality education. But we know as every mother, every family will get picky when they go to school, but then tell you how much they are spending for their kids to school. Imagine that Kumra where they go to Dove Courts, we go to Bombay markets, we go to order, we do all kind of hard thing under rain, under sun, just for able to send a Peking go school. And this Peking go school, you got for the pay transportation for her, in and out, plus lunch, plus extra classes, and 10 reach from this Peking go seat was government say enable go seats because of an administrative issue. What a disappointment. Now the way they promote or empower the human capital development where president they preach about, how them became the one that we not even sit last year, especially the girl Peking. Plenty go don't end up for being dropouts. Plenty go don't get the left from between last year to now. We will prevent them from even continue. Plenty don't fall back. And talk about this year again. And we don't even know how many schools therefore be affected again next year. So it's all rhetorics, all big talk where President Biode made at the speech. And it's taking time for really frame and make people learn, and taking time for frame the speech, make a nice polish and well, but all the polish where they polish are for just center, put Maada Bio in the center. It's all about him. Nothing other than this speech will reflect really on the people around the country. The agriculture where they talk about for improve food sufficiency. 4 or 5 years ago, we saw he received money with $88 million. And this $88 million was given to him. Why? For embark on a large scale rice production. Large scale rice production. But where is that production today? For a country like Sierra Leone, a country like Salon, with $88 million, where President Bio and the government receive, for embark on large-scale rice production. If that money was used properly, I can assure every Sierra Leonean say by now, Salone for be one of the bread baskets of the whole continent of Africa. And Salone for be the bread basket of West Africa by now. 7 years later, by now, Salone for be the bread basket of West Africa. But still, with a struggle. How much for a bag of rice today? Importers, rice importers, could just put price as they want. Nobody for ask, nobody will question. How much now a bag of rice today? Where the average Sierra Leonean neighbor afford? Because how much can they pay? What are the average salary for a Sierra Leonean worker? What's not the average salary for a layman, for an ordinary worker in a salon? Not even enough to buy a bag of rice. So if President Bill, they make use of that $88 million, where he said he will invest them into large-scale rice production, by now Sierra Leone should have been the bread basket of that continent. Now we for the beginner for import rice outside. I mean export rice to other nations, other people, because we don't get enough of this for feed. We still rely on importation of rice, importation of foodstuff. This is sad. So I think President Bio need to go sit down back, he reflect on himself properly, whether or not all this kind of bluff talk we go talk, not being too money, it reflects to the reality on the ground. Yeah. And I think these are some of the key things that were really taken from the speech where he said, where, we listen and they talk about. And yeah, so in general, I can say for me, this was a colloquium, as you describe them. It's not like a campaign message, because a colloquium now a gathering where open for critical discussion. They also give room or space for criticism. People have to ask questions, like the CSOs, opposition voices, and so for, bring their ideas in, bring solutions, get perspective, diverse perspectives. But we'll not say happen here. It's all about him showering grace. He's saying leadership, na him mama and sister, na them same man shape him. If na him mama and his sister really shape him for become this kind of leader, I think that mommy and that his sister they did bad. If we there for me then wake up back and come and reshape him, I think maybe it will help. It is sad. And in mama and papa or in sister what they mention, may God give them peace to certain day, but not say if them spirits, if them may get a chance for listening, and if they listen to their words and day, that's this kind of thing, this killer, somebody we don't destroy a country, somebody we don't destroy the economy of a country, don't destroy the peace and stability of a country. If they put, point fingers to them, say, now then shape them, so would I be? I don't think say that mammy go ever want me in Peking be a killer or an oppressor or a dictator. No. I don't think say in big sister go ever wish to get a brother who, is now known globally to be, an oppressor, a killer. I mean, you know, somebody where they harbor one of the world most wanted, I mean, narcotic trade tycoon in the country. No, and yeah. So on that note, Kevin, I think that's some of the few things that we'll go really. I think I'll go on for highlights on this speech of President Bio. So, Fumble and listeners, are free for call and give comments. as well. Tell me what you think about this colloquium speech from President Bio. I've been to many hotel on a bad day, and let me know and give your opinion as well. Go on the comment section, tell what you think, and or you can call as well. You give your contribution. Yeah, or you can call. You give your contribution. What you think about President Bio's speech. That's we all don't see. Usai, you know, think
Yes, humble them. Sorry, it was actually praying. So let me just take it back from Usai. Mr. Albert stop there. Why is we just run up the program? Let me just like trying to run up the program. There are certain few things. Then sorry, I'll be pray. So sorry, let me just watch some messages. Can I? So why are they trying to run up the program? Mention some few things. Then we, I think, President View transformation. Why are they trying to run up the program? It's a called leadership begins in the humble places. So I don't know who's in leadership start.
listeners, I've been against some network issue.
Yeah, I understand. Not just starting from thank very much. We be also probably pray. So let me just rephrase the word while we try to wrap up the program. Guys, the number on the screen, it is also up the screen. While I try to wrap up the program, you can call and give your contribution. So we go actually get opinion or side we not touch or what thing we know actually understand or what you know more than what thing we do. You can drop your comment in the comment section or you call me the number down the screen or up the screen down there and tell me exactly what my opinion, guys. So let me just go to what's in me watch of this speech. It mentioned about leadership begins in a humble places. So where actually is this leadership coming from? Also, which kind of humble places? I'm saying, is it like from the family? How humble are they in their family? Like you think like what are we thinking like in humble? Now in Peking, we the lavish things. They just they say this or Fatima Bio or na the home. So Usain Bolt humbleness, or maybe from a mommy or from their family, why they say them papa or them papa, them because them papa was according to reliable information sources they will know, or but according to histories. And papa married a lot of I think a lot of wives, then, right? And it born them boku, not only one about I think the past 20 is a way born. So I don't know. So in that way like way primarily they born boku picking married boku woman they born boku picking me. So I don't just like photo, but like in Africa, according to Africa points of view, how they can send where primarily they marry boku man and they born boku.
I need to get you at all.
Yeah, maybe in a headphone. I don't know. Where paramount chief they born boku picking them. They born boku woman they born boku picking. So yeah, me I know so I don't say the perspective of how African they can take paramount chief then. I'm not saying now like in those days they marry boku, even now say they can marry boku man. So one thing say like good upbringing they come out side and they good upbringing. So I don't know who say any talk about say leadership became they start from a humble places. I don't know in your own area or in your own I don't know family where input this in leadership, how humble the family they because according to Wooten, I know Wooten I can hear see na paramount chief begin then more than boku. So imagine where born where marry 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, how many women? So if you I don't know how it is to say this. So how we will serve them all first? Do you 100% believe say all them picking the way born actually and now your biological begin a way able control them all, able at least see them all in the sense like able supersedes or then go in and then come in and paramount chief they steady they go here and there. So I don't know what's in the time we're talking about like humbleness. Okay, leadership begin from a humble home. So did he actually come from a humble home? I'm just asking a question. I'm not saying he didn't, but I'm just asking. This is just a question. So please drop your comment in the comment section down there. I'm not accusing him, but I'm just trying to like ask a question. This is just a question, guys. Okay. So Lona no come drag me and say, hey, get me say so. No. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything of such. Okay. So I don't want anybody like to banter or even accuse me of something I didn't say. So please be mindful of what you had to comment or be mindful of what you want to say or what you are going to say. I'm well guided because I know what I'm saying. This is social media. I know actually what I'm saying, what I'm doing. So I'm just asking a question. The guy says leadership begins in a humble place. So I don't know which place, which home is this particular humbleness is coming from, because everything I'm saying here is a possessive thing. It's everything he's saying, all the speech from beginning to the end is about possession. Possess. I, my government. I, my government. It's about possession. He's just trying to talk about how possessed he is, or what he possessed, what he has done, or what he's doing, or so this is the only thing that like, I'm hearing him from. I'm hearing he's saying. Trust me. So talking about humble home. So where is this humble home coming from? I don't know. These guys. I'm just asking questions. I believe that somebody who asks question, never goes the wrong way. It's very difficult for you to fail it or to go into the wrong hands or even go somewhere very hard or difficult. Or things will be actually very simple for you. So somebody who asks question, I'm just asking, which humble place did this his so-called leadership actually came from? Where? Which home? Which place? Or because home is just a place. So where is his humbleness or his leadership? This humble leadership came from. Where did it begin? As he saying. Because I just say this thing. One after the other, or again. See, this is just a possessive thing. It's just trying to possess things. First of all, this thing is supposed to be like a colloquium. This is supposed to be okay. It's supposed to be like a birthday. Well, birthday don't talk to colloquium. And colloquium, when you define it, just like what my brother Jack was here, Alma Jack was here. Colloquium now like a seminar. Very important occasion, the way like a seminar where it allow like people for ask you questions, asking questions, important questions like experts them or people in different people from different areas, and they ask you questions about did he do it? No. Which independent journalist we see in that place? No. And I'm not saying any independent journalist there. All the one when they did there, where you see there. Now the full one is when me watch the full say what see them there. Now then the way I'm no way in no say actually then they under and put away in government, or maybe in the parts of in government, or then the parts of, or let me say then the honor in payroll or now put away in get total control over. So if you check now the APC, if you check the opposition, there was no opposition there. Do you see any opposition leader there or any opposition somebody there? No, not only them. I make I say this is a possessive thing. It's a possessive thing. everything he was saying there is possession. It's about possession. Even those, even the one where they ask the question, even those that are asking the questions, you see the like the even when they ask the question about possession, what did them possess? I not say we don't do this, and if they ask me, they say I not say we don't do this, I not say they go on and on and on. Why listen? So it's just something. Well, I don't even understand why would they do anything they need to self. And we don't do nobody that we self we they do. We are doing ourselves. We they do nobody. It is we. Because Salion, not like I already say, this is what I can always use this was the no that person will fix Salion for me and you. That person we think say like the Guineans, they're not thinking that Guineans people can fix Salion for you. The international company is one of the way and cry for international company, international company. Do you think international company are gonna fix Salion for us? No. Not gonna fix Salion for us. We ourselves must stand up and fix Salion. If we cannot, if actually we cannot do it, it's not possible for international companies to come and just can't jump no more and can't be fix things away. No, we have to first. They would change somebody when not ready. You can't change person. You can't change somebody that is not ready for that change. If the person is not ready for that change, you can't change him or her. What I'm trying to say here. That's just the fact. Not to then put away and call, you can't change, maybe that change for you. If we're not ready for that, we'll let that change happen. Ain't nothing happen. So let me stop these things that we are doing. Let's talk about say a land from a mama. By the way, a mama also in daily in soul rest in peace. We don't know for the dead. The way person don't die. Any can't see they talk about them. Any can't see go say about them because the person not there alive again. And even if say they're alive, even if say they're alive, what in talks to no man go and say no, me begin alive because in mama. Starting in the way it talk on behalf of my man, not going deny, just get for answer because I picking. You don't understand? It just like you so this is how it's in like, but this is the dead. You don't say things about the dead, so no good question. And she's normal. According to this, she's normal. I say now a mama in land from a mama. But me, I'm not gonna say land from mama. Yeah, a land from because I think there are things that your mother taught you. There are things that your mother taught you, but I don't know if what your mother taught you is what you're implementing. Do you actually implement what your mother taught you? This is the question. I just ask. I don't say do, but I just ask because it might be saying that true. It might be saying not so true. It might be say what's the mommy teach them not to really implement. So if you can't tell and say, oh, let me do so now for me, mama, it take from your mama, maybe what's in my teach them not to really implement. Who knows? So like what should I ask for? So the question be say, is he actually implementing what his mother taught him, or is he doing otherwise? This is not my question. No, I don't say nothing, but this is just my question. As waiting they claim. By the way, love we come on as say in land from mama. Because I not say if in land from a mama and stunning to thing they say here, a mama land for be a very truthful person, a very this person. But hey, are you truthful to us? A question they ask you. Are you truthful to us, Mr. Bill? Are you truthful to us, Mr. Bill? President Bill now they ask if he's truthful to us. Now you say you learn from your mama and you stand for the truth, you're not supposed to be truthful, you're not supposed to talk true. I think you said don't join minister when they lie. You say learn from your mama for talk the truth. I don't know if on the truth they talk. But wait, you just say me by wait. Nakata mother be on Nakata. Where? Wait. Everyone. Then go wait. Oh. Wait, I just want to say no more quick. No, it's like out on stage before they talk last year. I want to share. President View. Then one question I want to ask you. President View is back. I'll ask you one question no more. What did he talk so? Is you now you believe what did he talk so?
Education is the clearest path.
It's Oh, President Bill. I want to show you a minute see you. Everybody begin to talk. President Bill. Who you? And now like this. President Bill, I let me true, but maybe what he talks not true. He say not possible to talk true. He not possible to lie. He not possible to this. Anyway, President Bill, I'm let me true, not true. President Bill talk true, but he not possible to lie. President Bill watching off him, say he lie. He not possible to talk true. He not possible to this. Yeah, President Bill, God you. President Bill, God you. No, tell me true about President Bill. He believe that's not meant to really talk to. He believe that. But anyway, now we go before. He talk about again. He talk about lasting. He talk about leadership means service. Is he a servant to us? And a question what they ask school, yeah. Just drop a comment down there, respect if neighbor call. Just drop a comment down there, respect and say me exactly. Is he actually serving Sierra Leonean? Is he serving us, the people? Is he serving us? Who actually, if he serving the people, that he is ruling, or is he ruling the people or ruling them? I don't know which of the two. Is he ruling us or ruling? As in they say, as in they define service and leadership. Sorry. As sorry. Don't make me as in they define leadership. We say leadership is service. Leadership means service. Wow. This guy, what you want to know about President Bill? It's a big was them. It's a big for coach the was them. It's a big for design the was them. But hey, where ask now how? Where? Where ask now if they do? If he ask question, just not say if they do, then see that way talks with the do. If you ask now where, you know they see him, you know they see the action. So I know that's how President Bill, President Bill, they are big. I can't have us back. President Bill is. I want to see me a minute on a channel. President Bill, wait, he said leadership means service. President Bill, he sure say they serve with the people. You sure? I mean, I think say na human they serve. President Bill sure say he serve the people. According to his speech, he say leadership means service. So he will serve the people. I mean, the question what they ask, are you serving us? This is because you are the ask. You believe that statement we always say leadership means service. Yeah, not true. But are you serving us? This is not the question. No. It is serve we, President Bill. It is serve we me. Well, anyway, look on money. Is there service required? No. Services required no titles. You also say leadership. Services require no titles. You don't forget title for you serve the people. No for they for get time for serve the people. But in service they talk about service. Hey, that's a low right that now. That's a get title low. I know that I was if you don't get title. Hey, we will serve. We will serve high authority. If not lie, they like ask the how do you call him? Ask Sano. Joseph Sano will tell you. No, how Joseph Sano will tell you say leadership na salon, for serve na salon, for let's serve na then side in the let's say we get a qualification, let's say they say it told the book, they told the degree na here, pack and here. So if you don't get title there, title connection, if you don't get that, if you don't get title connection, you know how many graduates they would in a salon, you know how many bookman would impact in a salon just because they don't get that title connection. You don't get it, but you say service, you don't know what say about it. Boy, so because that statement they now I don't know if na int night way or na this, which means people will go for free. Which means people will go for free, and for pay them. Yeah. They are never sabi the work, no employ. They are never don't know the work now. They go employ. It's free money. Free money, and it's well, anyway. What is it again? If people think say when they say empowerment for pull money put in their pockets, empowerment. The way you don't empower, you don't count you don't count projects name, you don't count these job opportunity, this. But then you students still in the street to not get job. Go na the market. Go na then slum like they see how people they steal and suffer as to what they talk now. I'm not saying a lie, because minister only the lie day. So I don't know if in a president's way they talk. We're not just giving them president's view way they talk through. President they talk through. Now so like when they talk through. God Pharaoh, aka president's view way they talk through. They talk through, they lie. It's the empowerment, don't bring education, they don't bring the education where they see the count. In fact, before they count this free and quality, because not so quality, free and quality. In fact, not put just make a free, you say free and quality education. Yeah. President Bill gets it now. It's a free and quality education. But the free and quality education right now, the free. But better LMP now. This free, I better LMP. Me, this particular free. They are made and pay. Because Tade will say it pay. In fact, Tade will say not to free. The cost is less than now what they say it free. If I'm model. So this is whatever. They talk about trust. It says trust that if not virtue. Trust possibly if President Bill has a lot trust you. Because besides that they say, let will not judge you from the beginning, Lord wait by the end. This is what they tell you. This way, say I can fork out this video because it make me remember. This video I can fork out some more because they make you remember. Yeah, President Bill tell you that first way take power and what he tell you.
Hard for my people. I was expecting this, but I didn't promise simplistic solutions that will only last a week. I promise a total fix, and it will take time, and I'm working on that. I want to be judged at the end, not at the beginning. I know it's hard for my people. I was expecting this, but I didn't promise simplistic solutions that will only last a week. I promise a total fix, and it will take time, and I'm working on that. I want to be judged at the end, not at the beginning.
President Bill, I remember say, this is 2025, 26, 27, 20. Now 2 years on for you. You don't rule almost 7 bloody years. This day. If you tell no one the truth today, I don't know if that always say in apostle is trustworthy, they talk the truth, you they stamp the people there. So I don't know. This one that we talk now and this one, so I don't know which one for believe. I don't know because in a present way they talk the truth. I just remind them all, it tells that they say, let we judge you from the ending. And now I don't know how one Lord do now because this is at the end of the person now. So what if what happen now? Lord begin to judge you. And I tell you, it's Lord judge you at the end, not judge at the beginning. So now I'll allow you. Even though it's still they talk the truth. But the truth they talk, we know they say more. Now you know more they hear, we know they see the two. Now you know more they, say two it ain't two way. It they hear and they see the two they will be from two they be saying now talk more they talk about when they say now president be in school. But anyway, President, but I just inform him was say you be tell that they say long no judge you from the beginning, long judge you at the end, and now 2 years only for you. Lonta karabai, lonta karabai. Woo! It's a nation where they stand the intellect they na sent nana betrayer. I don't know why I call them more. How many intellect them when they out there when they don't get job? How many of them when they don't get job? How many of them you would be say they get job where they underpay? Teacher where they underpay. Then they boku not then they when they don't get pin code. They work no more fantare, no on that way corruption. They just see corruption don't grow wings. In fact, right now you don't I don't you don't germinate, you don't get rope. Corruption right, I get rope. Now all the office right now, majority of the office right now, corruption don't get roots, you don't get leaf, you don't get rope all because if we respond now 1 million right now, almost the 1 million right now, they pay you on the what they expect. So I mean I don't understand no. This is statement what is say if he possibly we start the intellect there with na betrayal. So I don't know how you call them this now. You still come on not to me say na betrayal. So which means you know betrayal. And the question I ask you, now drop na comment there respect and tell me if let me tell me exactly what you not think about what you say. Not to me talk about I say. They talk about the last one on the list. Talk about democracy. Hey, President Bio. President Bio, democracy. Yeah, President Bio. This statement I believe I'm going to say in a democratic man. You see, you don't give the political space. You say you don't give space. You give space to all sorts of work from the judiciary, you know, but wait to kala inform now. I just want take you. I just want you. I just want to give a flashback of what you see recently. According to what you talk, you see, you talk say in a democratic man, you actually don't give the space to freedom of speech, freedom of expression, in the independent judiciary. This is what is so. But wait, so come. I'll not listen to this speech.
Open up the political space. We not a keep person again. We say violence will go away.
How many Nario?
We don't open up the political space. We not a keep person again. We say violence will go away.
Right, family. Una the politicized thing.
We don't open up the political space.
Ain't not open the political space. Ain't no the pipe person again. So which means it be like by the people, it be the political space, it be locked and it's safe. It gets safe when they lock the political. When they lock the political landscape. So what about the other cockroach and you know the other cockroach and change for that? So if you tell you back say you democracy, you know you don't give space, you give space to freedom of expression, independent judiciary, and this. I just remind you this now this back is up recently. This night talk, Chade, night talk. So if you can't talk back now after this, today in the say you're not democratic person, he did this. But anyway,
we not a keep person again. We say violence will go away.
Violence will go away. So which means there was violence, there was no freedom before speech, not only freedom after speech. Freedom after expression all day, not only freedom before, not only freedom before expression, freedom after. Freedom before expression, but freedom after expression all day. Because whenever they talk, because they don't know it until they can't talk. Just the way you don't plan it, and they can't talk this, they don't know it until they can't talk. If they talk blah blah blah, now freedom before expression. Like, you don't know what they can't talk, and they talk blah, 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 but freedom after. Now after the speech, now the freedom they don't where the hand you swear. So I don't know whether they confused now the judiciary. I don't know how they can hold our own program. Find one is say freedom of expression. Our own expressing stuff. What's happened? They can't handle. They go back to now. What's happened to Adekalamba? what I say? This guy, Paolo Conte, they say he go to na state house when na input in Gonigi. They say he goes and be let me watch now inside the CCTV camera. Say today na low battery. Today, elegy what you know? Elegy they say he do A B C and Z. Many people tell him the man ask the highest order, then go to the hotel now, then go back the man. So all things in they just imagine all things in they happen. When he talking about the whole go back to you, what is supposed to talk the whole go back to you. Example then the boy it is back still say, open the political space and they kill us again, the hotel violence again. The same people they say you are democratic person, freedom of expression, freedom, What about that lady? I don't know if I still getting video. Wait, Bala, Kautamba. Wait, I don't know if I get that lady in speech. That lady in speech. And mon ami surprised me. That lady in speech. Where minister will not lie. He go jog the mic. What for that? God. We sorry. Lasiba. I will see this lady. I go fine. This lady. Oh, remember that lady where if they talk at that town, where they get that town hall meeting. There was a town hall meeting. We lady one can talk. And we chop the mic and lady and let the big not talk. First lady say, "Me not to BBO." Sorry, he said, "Me not to episode. Me not SMP. The vision na ABC." Lady one expresses way in the say freedom of expression, freedom of speech. Anyway, my brothers and sisters, then is. I just more for life at the people then every day and night. Lie no more about the people then. God. But anyway, just like I say, that lady within at the hall, if one explain things. If one say things them way they more and things the way they pin them, things the way they more and things the way they pin them. As the president they can't go, we don't give speech. What did they do? They not allow the lady talk. I don't know how to call her now freedom of speech that day. I don't know if na freedom of speech or na freedom of freedom of take it right now. Like they call her freedom of take it right now. Na so ni season na so na call her freedom of take it right now. This is it. Freedom of take it right now. Lady with the Allah. That town hall meeting, I don't know if you remember that town hall meeting. This was exactly what be happening inside that town hall meeting. And it'll be funny. Salon na conti, my brother something there. Salon na conti. Well, anyway, guys. So this is it. I will let for stop here, guys. If you think say I miss anything out, we not see, or we know more than what I see, drop your comment, respectfully, and tell me exactly what you think and what you feel about President View in colloquium speech birthday, because this now 2-in-1 colloquium speech birthday. Colloquium if it be like a seminar or a very important conference or occasion where they invite various people name where they ask questions. But this one, a different one. But me, this I don't understand actually with this particular thing. I make I say always unbelievable thing that they happen. How about they can turn to a colloquium speech day? birthday, if they can't celebrate birthday, then it can't explain about what you don't do, what you not do, what you not do. But anyway, guys, anyway, so thanks very much, guys, for joining me. If you're the first time for join the program, Mina Kevin from this TV, and always enough for bringing the past, the present, the unbelievable, and the shocking news on this wonderful platform. If you're the first time for join me, just do me a favor, just smash the like button, comment, subscribe, and share the program. Like the program, will let able reach to other people and share the program, let other people get some, and subscribe to the channel. So anytime while they live or I post a new video, YouTube will notify you immediately. Say are they live or I don't post a new video. I always do man, and I don't see I don't do not me, I want to pick my brother a patriotic silent citizen and a freedom fighter. Born Parliament, Kevin Mans, from Pulnado TV. One love. I love you guys, and I love you all.
Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. And I'm Kelvin Mans from the Pulnado TV. And I'm well on and say one person name Pulnado, two people name Pulnado, and for that Pulnado to better and stronger one. Now where we go. So for the first time this let's sign in here or let's come on this wonderful and lovely platform called the Pulnado TV. Please, my brothers and sisters, just do me a little favor. Let us smash the like button at the left hand side, subscribe at the right hand side, and also share the program.
This one come for make you know, with you know be know not in the show. Now this not the program we all for education, religion in all circulation, political intimidation, suppression and injustice. See the way they make we know the feel at home. Now we home, so we see now we own. We the talk all thing, the country not the growing, just the go behind. We the say all thing, for you will not be know, for make you know. You can find me na YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, even TikTok. The name na Pulnado TV. If you not be know what see they happen, come join we na the Pulnado. If you want for know what see they happen, come join we na the Pulnado. Subscribe to Pulnado TV. Subscribe to Pulnado TV. The presenter na Kelvin Mans, not a politician. It stand for the people, the masses, even the poor man. Hey boy, the people know they treat we nice. Wait till we for know, we don't know. Plenty of things we in Pulnado, we hear rise. Hey boy, this na Pulnado. All thing with the Pulnado, it's time for Pulnado. Everything for good nado. Just go na any social platform and shout for Pulnado TV. Na PULNADOE TV. And the symbol gets a low flag middle, 2 stars with plenty colors. Get the opportunity for call, not the mid or ending of any program. If you know be know what see they happen, come join we na the Pulnado. If you want for know what see they happen, come join we na the Pulnado. Subscribe to Pulnado TV. Subscribe to Pulnado TV. If you know be know what see they happen, come join we na the Pulnado. If you want for know what see they happen, come join we na the Pulnado. Subscribe to Pulnado TV. Subscribe to Pulnado TV. All thing with the Pulnado. Everything with the Pulnado.
Betsy on the beat.
Pulnado TV. Romantic.